What's up, guys? This is Austin from Rock City Studios, and this is this week's Tip Tuesday. Parents, listen up. This one's for you. This Tip Tuesday is all about telling how your child is practicing and if they're doing it right and everything at home. Because when they're in their lesson room and everything, it's easy for them to get motivated because their teacher's sitting right in front of them, aka me. But then they go home with all the knowledge and everything, and then they sit down alone in their room and they try to practice, and they're like, I want to play Fortnite. So here's some ways to make sure that your kid doesn't get distracted. One way that's kind of cool, Erika wrote it on a blog on the website. You can go click on it. It's cool and everything. She worked really hard on it. She wrote a blog on getting your kid motivated by possibly sitting in there with them, and even if you have no musical knowledge whatsoever, jamming with them. I don't know, grab something to beat on for a drum, or even grab, if you have an extra guitar lying around, sitting there and play with them, even if you sound like garbage like this. That will actually have your kid be more motivated because they're like, dude, I'm better than my dad at something. This is awesome. Because then they'll be playing something nice, and they're going, you're doing that, and then they're like, dude, all right, I'm better than my dad. All right, this is awesome. I'm going to keep practicing. And then they come back in here, and I'm not mad at them for not practicing because they actually practice, and I don't have to yell at them. I'm tired of yelling at your kids. Just have them practice. Another way to get them motivated is, so the P word, practice. It's kind of just a general term, and it kind of seems like a chore. Really, this thing is fun. This stringed instrument that I'm holding, or even the drum or whatever they're taking, it's a lot of fun to play. We're supposed to have fun in here, so we don't want to seem like a chore. We use the word play, just play at home. So like if they're doing a scale, and you tell them to go home and practice it, then they're just gonna be like, oh, now I gotta go. They're gonna want to play Fortnite. No, you go home and you say, hey, dude, play that thing you learned today. Oh yeah, it was this. If you actually engage your kid and you make it seem like you want to hear what they're doing, then they're like, oh, okay, I have an audience. And then they're down to do it. Next thing is make sure they're playing the music they want to play. It's not all the time your kid's going to be into the same music you're into. Let's say you're into classic rock and they like, I don't know, Disney songs or whatever. They're going to want to learn how to play the Disney songs. Or maybe you're into hip hop and they like metal. They're going to want to learn how to play metal. The most important thing is not to force your kid to go with what you want. It's more important that they do what they want. That way they can have a lot more fun. Especially in the beginning when they're first learning how to play. Eventually they will broaden their horizons if they want to be a more skilled and versatile player. But for now, they just want to have fun and play guitar. In here, we teach what they want to play. The kid wants to play Slayer, we're going to teach them how to play Slayer. But we also teach the theory behind everything that's going on in here. So whatever scale they're playing, whatever chords they're playing, that's what we go over. That keeps them on the right track of, one, having fun, but also learning at the same time. The one thing I've done since I was a kid, and I still do it to this day, when I was younger and I was doing my scales, I got really bored really quickly. So something that helped was, yeah, I learned the scale, I went through it and everything like that, but then once I went through it a couple times, you can go on YouTube, type in whatever backing track you're doing. Let's say you're doing C minor. You type in C minor backing track, and they have them for all genres, metal, blues, rock, pop, and then you just play that scale over whatever YouTube backing tracks are going on. And that makes it a lot more fun to practice your scales. Ways to track your kid's progress is, one, when they come out of their lesson, you ask them, hey, what'd you learn today? And then they'll be like, oh, I learned this. And they'll play something, it sounds awful. Yeah, I learned that. And they're like, oh, okay. And then a week later, ask them again, be like, hey, remember that thing you played for me last week? Can you play it for me now? Oh, yeah. If it still sounds bad, chances are they weren't practicing a lot in between week 1 and week 2. Set up a practice schedule. Practice at least 15 minutes a day if you can. And then this can actually turn into something good by week 2. And of course, parents, talk to us, the instructors. We're lonely people that want to have human interaction. We are brutally honest about your kid's progress. If you think your kid isn't making a lot of progress and you want to find out from us, the kind of experts in the whole thing, we can let you know and be like, dude, kid needs to practice this specifically. It's right here written down. He needs to do this specifically. I circled it. Do it. Let's say your kid's shy and doesn't want you in the room while they're practicing, which happens. You can kind of listen in from the outside. If you're hearing more of this, chances chances are they're just making a lot of noise, which is what that was. Which is fun and everything, but if you hear them go on for more than like 5-10 minutes, and then all of a sudden they shut off the amp, walk away, walk outside, and be like, I'm done practicing. They didn't practice. You hear like, ah! You hear them get frustrated like that, then you know they're actually practicing, they're putting the work in. And the most important thing to make sure your kid's using when practicing is a metronome. Metronome is the thing that goes click, 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 and it drains into your brain. That's the thing musicians use to keep time. So when they're practicing their stuff, if they're playing that to a click, it helps them keep rhythm. So that way, eventually, when they go off and they play in a band and they get famous and pay your mortgage, they're able to keep time with the other musicians. All right, parents, I hope this helps you understand how to keep your kid motivated to keep playing this thing and not get bored and keep going with it. If you have any other questions, of course, talk to whoever your kid's instructor is. It may not be me. It may be Oscar, Vivian, Hector, who else? Anybody in here. Thanks for joining me for this week's Tip Tuesday, and stay tuned for next week's.